revenue. Not bad for an exhibition fight between two 50-year-olds. The match got 1.6 million pay-per-view buys, making it one of the top 10 most popular combat sport events of all time. I had to keep reading that. I couldn't believe it. Shannon, would you pay to watch Tyson fight again?
Man, Skip, I'm good. Look, the reason why this worked, you're talking about Mike Tyson. Nothing else needs to be said. You're talking about Roy Jones. Nothing else needs to be said. Skip, are we really going to pay to see Mike Tyson fight Evander Holyfield or Buster Douglas? No, man, come on, Mike. But I know why, but Skip, I can see why Holyfield and Buster Douglas, like, these are numbers that Mayweather did in his prime.
Yep.
These are numbers that guys did in their prime. And you're talking about two 50-year-olds generating these kinds of numbers. So I get why they would want to fight, but no, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm not good. I'm not surprised. I bought this. I loved it. And I would buy it again at double the price if Mike Tyson would fight a young contender. I know he's 54. He still can punch. He's in decent shape. He looked a lot like Mike Tyson to me.
The next pay-per-view fight I'm buying is on May 20th. I'm watching Money Mayweather and Logan Paul. That's what I'm
only because you're having Logan Paul on your podcast.
So I'm gonna buy that. Yeah. I got to see this.
Oh, are you?
Because I need
I will not buy that.
Why?
Hey, Mike Tyson is still a lightning rod draw. You know it, and I know it.
Skip,
you would watch him fight anybody credible.
I'm good. Skip, I don't want to watch. Skip, I've seen him fight Holyfield twice. I've seen him fight Buster Douglas 30 years ago. I'm good.
He could have knocked out Roy Jones in the first round because Roy Jones was not Roy Jones.
Roy said, look, I had Roy on my podcast. He said, Sharp, I was not gonna let Mike Tyson uppercut my mama child. I was not gonna let Mike Tyson knock my mama child out.
I don't think he had any say on it.
Well, he kept holding. Why do you think he was holding it?
All the good guess, Shannon. Impressive. Oh, remember, guys, the Cowboys season, it starts today. Now. So we will have reaction to all things Cowboys tomorrow. Enjoy that game on Fox. The Herd's on now. Have a good one. Undisputed. Rookie wideout Jerry Jeudy only caught one pass on 4 targets in the Broncos' 22-16 loss to the Chiefs on Sunday night, and he seemed to vent about it on Twitter, which is never a good idea. Posting, quote, "At least I got my conditioning in." Jeudy deleted the tweet, but not before speculation ran wild that he's fed up with Drew Lock, the latest in a string of 9 different QBs Denver has gone with since Peyton Manning retired after Super Bowl 50. So, Shannon, I gotta ask you, is John Elway still in search of a franchise quarterback?
Absolutely. And it's the hardest position to identify and develop in any professional sport.
Yeah, John Elway is one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the history of this league.
And he can't seem to find one that can get them to where they need to be. And Drew Lock is not it, Skip. He makes too many mistakes.
Totally agree.
He makes entirely too many mistakes, and people have bought in to them falling behind by 25 points and him throwing a couple of touchdowns late and says, yeah, he has that in him. But, Skip, he's a one-read guy, and if that guy's not open, he's more apt to make a terrible decision. Like, they're going down the field. Their first drive, Skip, they're going right down the field. Run the ball, passing, and then all of a sudden he wants to throw across his body to a guy that's covered by Honey Badger. What?
Bad idea.
It's just, he's not the answer. And until you find that, because they got skill position. I love Jeudy. I love Patrick. I love Hamler. They can run the ball decent. Garrett Bowles has turned into a top tackle, but it's just a quarterback. I don't care. And you look at their defense. Now, they're doing this without Vaughn, who's their best player. They're doing this without Jarrell Casey, who's one of their better players on the defense.
Agreed.
But I don't care how good you are in what other areas. You can't overcome bad quarterback play. That's the one, Skip, I can hide everything else. If I got a weak lineman, I can slide, I can chip. If I got a weak corner, I can roll coverage. I can't hide my quarterback because he takes the snap every single time.
Agreed. I did not like Drew Lock when he was at Missouri coming out in the draft. I like him less now. And they seem to like him less now because there was a crucial 4th down late in that game, you recall, when they decided to punt the ball back to Patrick Mahomes, which is not a great idea.
Especially at 50. I think he was up plus 50.
Yeah. And you're just telling me I don't trust him to get us, I think it was 4th and 3.
Yes.
Maybe? Yeah. Okay. I don't trust him to get 3 yards. My first thought at the end of that game, and I tweeted about this, You can laugh if you want, but I believe Tim Tebow would have won that game in his prime back in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
That was a silver platter Tim Tebow kind of game where they just say, go,
right,
do it. Run that read option. Just whatever you have to do. Get the 3 yards. Let's go score. Let's beat these guys.
Right.
That's what he kept doing through 2011. John did not love Tim Tebow. He inherited Tim Tebow,
Correct.
obviously, and he said, let's get this experiment over with. When they went to Miami for an early season game, they're 1-4, and Tebow won the game in overtime. And here they went, and they ended up winning the division, beating Ben Roethlisberger in a home playoff game, and you know the rest of the story.
Correct.
Then guess who knocked on John's door? Peyton Manning, who had been pushed out the back door in Indianapolis.
Right.
He comes to Elway. He's like, hey, can I play?
Right.
Yeah, you can play for us, sure.
Right.
Was Peyton a better choice than Tim Tebow? Yes, as big a Tebow fan as I was. Peyton Manning, you got a shot at him? And I know they said for a while he couldn't even throw the ball across the room, you know, like with his
by
neck
10
injury.
yards.
Yeah. But he bounced back, and he should have won 2 MVPs, I thought, and he won you a Super Bowl. You know, the rest of the story. It put John Elway on the map that he had as a GM. Obviously.
But a lot of times what happens, Skip, is that when you get quarterbacks like a John Elway, like a Peyton Manning or Tom Brady, is that they never miss, and you don't really think about getting guys, because Russell Wilson was also in that draft. And so you got Peyton in free agency. You could have, but you settled for Brock Osweiler.
Yep.
And you settled for Paxton Lynch.
Paxton Lynch.
And you try to get all these guys, Skip, and until you get this, until you solve that position, nothing else matter.
Nope.
Look at Buffalo. Buffalo had defenses, had all the, until they settled on Josh Allen.
Yep.
You look at until you get a quarterback, I don't care what other positions you have and how great they are. Without that one, you're not winning in the NFL.
Remember, Buffalo drafted E.J. Manuel out of Florida State. Didn't work.
Nope. He lasted, what, a year?
Yep.
Maybe 2?
Okay.
Until you get that position. And Skip, the way the rules are set up, and everybody plays in space, Drew Lock is last in completion percentage at 55%. Do you know how bad you got to be dead last in completion percentage?
I got it. So John Elway is turning into the Michael Jordan of NFL GMs, because you would think Michael could pick players, but he can't pick players in Charlotte.
Well, John is picking players. He just can't pick that player.
But it's the position he should know the best, and he just can't find one. And he's evaluating them, and he says, oh, I think Paxton Lynch can play. No, he can't play.
No. Okay. No, he couldn't. Brock Osweiler. Yeah. Skip, you should have known. Anytime a quarterback gets 6'7", let it go. Look at every quarterback that's been 6'7". Go back and look it up and look at it, check his resume.
Yep.
Dan McGuire, Mark McGuire's brother, Paxton Lynch, Brock Osweiler, the taller, the sorrier. So